Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out the Orion Knives Aries. Let's get into it. Now right off the bat with this knife, you'll notice that it definitely has a different blade shape. And what is this massive button all about? Well, let's talk about it. Well, this is called a wedge lock, and it is actuated here by this button. Wow, that's cool. The button itself is very easy to use. So whether you're using the blade with the dual fullers to operate from the front or the back, or using the wedge lock button itself, it is super simple to use. This knife is designed by David at Orion Knives. This blade shape and the satin finish on here is just truly visually stunning. Whether it be the American, it's like a drop point Tonto, they call it an American Tonto, or the dual deep fullers on the blade, or the nice deep hollow grind on here, or the nice Orion's belt. It just grabs your attention. This knife to me was purpose built, and the execution on it is flawless. Now in hand, the Aries fits extremely well. I have medium to large sized hands, and as you can see, there is plenty of room for those bigger hands out there. Let's look at these clean grind lines. That 14C 28N sure pops with all these different angles. Let's get into some quick specs on the Aries. We have an overall length of 8.25 inches, a blade length of 3.58 inches, a handle length of 4.73 inches, a handle thickness of just under a ½ inch at 0.49, a blade stock about just under 13 thousandths. We have an overall weight of 4.4 ounces. The blade is an American Tonto, and as you can see, it is strongly influenced by a drop point and a Tonto. It is constructed of 14C 28N and has very deep hollow grinds, as well as dual fullers. The pivot assembly is called the wedge lock, and it is button actuated. The scales are constructed of black G10. The pocket clip is ambidextrous and is constructed of titanium. And it is compatible with Spyderco Para 3 type models. The hardware on the Aries is all T8. All the other hardware is stainless steel. Size comparisons with the Aries. First up, we have the Kershaw Bel Air. And as you can see here, the Aries is substantially larger than the Bel Air in every way. Up next, we have the KB Knives Bluff, which is a Bridgeport design. And as you can see here, the Aries still is quite a bit larger than the Bluff. Up next, we have the Kaiser Escort, which is one of my larger knives. And as you can see here, the Aries is still larger than the Escort. And last but not least is the WE Knives Nefaris. And I believe these two are right at the exact same size. So finally, a worthy competitor in size to the Aries. All right, so this knife right here, there is a lot going on with it in a great way. It's just a good looking knife. I believe wholeheartedly this knife is a straight up defensive knife. Definitely purpose built to bring the fight to the enemy. And there is nothing wrong with that. Put it in hand. It is very intuitive to use, whether you're cutting or stabbing, either way. The operating mechanism on here is just absolutely fluid and probably the best feeling button pivot lock assembly that I've ever felt. If you're a lefty, the fullers help as well. Man, that's awesome. Again, huge shout out to David from Orion Knives. He also works hand in hand with QSP Knives. His designs are awesome. If you're in the market for a new knife, I don't have a discount code with Orion Knives, but that's okay. Support small business. Pick up one of his knives. You won't be disappointed. Let me know your thoughts on this knife. Would you pick up an Aries? If so, which color would you? Thank you for spending time with Darkwater, and have a good day.